In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new boss raid that's been added today, or today when I'm making this video, which is the Hella Boss Fight Battle. Now this new boss battle will be around for 15 days before it is swapped again with the Goliath, and it has all these amazing new cosmetics. They look great. Also, another thing that they've added was this cool cosmetic that I did get called this Weapon of Twisted Wood Greatsword, which was an old boss raid's weapon, which I think is really neat, and honestly they celebrate or show that they remember the old versions of the game, which honestly I find that really amazing. Now let me go ahead and point out what's new in this update. Alright, so first up we have right here is the new Hell area. Now I normally just do it from right here, but I already used all my attempts during the live stream, so I can't really try it. So we'll be using this image right here. This is the area where the Hella Boss will spawn. The Hella Boss will be around approximately this area, or like the opposite area of the door. This is the area where it will not spawn. And it will also have a unique thing if you defeat it depending on the level. Because if you, depending on the level tier you've defeated it, you do get a couple of titles with it. For example, I'm not sure which ones of the titles are exactly, but there's a few titles that maybe you can spot right here that I did end up getting. I think one here is called No Fear or No Rest that I did get out of defeating a higher level version of this boss. Now another thing that they've added are these new buffs. Now let's talk about these new buffs right here. Let's talk about the first one. So first up we have Focus. Focus, if you stand still for 3 seconds, you gain attack, stacking focus, increasing damage stealth. Now, I've been told this one is pretty powerful, though you need to learn how to stay still on a boss or a mob. This will only work in a group, but if you're soloing a dungeon, you can't just stay still, you're gonna die, and that's not gonna be as effective. Number 2 is Tempo. Every 15 seconds, you will gain Tempo, which increases your next ability's damage. Now, Tempos just increase your ability damage by a maximum of 20% is what I think it does, which can be nice, though it can mess up a little bit with the inners. And the third one is Mana Shield. Mana Shield, you gain a shield after not taking damage for 15 seconds. This is practically a free shield when you start the dungeon, and if you're good at dodging, you'll be rewarded. You'll gain a shield for when you do mess up, you won't take as much damage. The fourth one is Mob Damage. Now increases damage dealt to non-boss enemies. Now the last ring had boss damage, but this one is just straight up mob damage. It just changes it from boss to mobs. Pretty simple and self-explanatory. The fifth one is Damage Reduction, which reduces all damage taken from all things, and Max HP, which increases your max health by complete. Now, I did notice these are the different designs between the rings, depending on the tier and how they are, or well, not the tier exactly, but what type of rings they are. Like these, I'm pretty sure these are the survival rings, the tier 4s. And the tier 1s, I mean tier 2s are the ones of technique, these are the ones of balance, and this one is power, since they're getting smaller and, well, they focus more on power or something like that. Another thing they've added were these new cosmetics, which I will make a future video on collecting them all. I'm currently trying to get as many of these as I can, so I can make sure I can buy everything at the same time. I think I can maybe buy the whole shop, but I also have to get the Hella and the Hermione's Call. I probably said that wrong. But here are the new cosmetics. You can either probably get them between the new area where you can use the extra supplies to try to get the Blood Rose Reza, because there's tons of different prizes here that you can get, including different titles like -1000 Aura, which is a questionable title, Ragnarok, Godness, Hex, and this is the best time to get tons of cosmetics if you do not have cosmetics already. Also, another thing here that I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't really take a look at is on where these boss raids are mainly based after. Now then, there is not much I know about mythology. I'm someone who doesn't know much about, but the person who's probably watching this video who helped me with the advice is probably going to be annoyed how much I'm going to mess this up. But basically, here is one of the skins. The mythology part, we take a look at this skin specifically. Now, I'm not sure of the other one since I'm not advanced in mythology or know much about it. But this one is actually accurate towards mythology on, well, how it works. I don't know on how exactly it is, but I do know is that its skin is partially alive and partially dead. As you see on the left side, it is straight up a skull with the purple eyeball and everything. But if you look in the other side, which is the right side, you see its skin all complete. That's honestly really good. I really like that they're adding different things into mythology, into boss raids. This. Another thing that I did like about this boss is the following. Now if we go ahead and go here, this boss will move around the room. It will go in circles, like from here to here, and it keeps going. It will go around. Also, it will also occasionally go back in the middle. This can be very laggy in a big group of people since there's limited of 40. Since I did that on my stream, but maybe I can insert some gameplay here of me playing it on the stream. But you can see the boss can move or be a little bit laggy on how it is. And honestly, I'm really excited on how these rings are gonna be once they get released, or like once we get good at them and get the level 200 rings, and we can use all these sort of different types of buffs, like for example tempo or focus or even mana shield, and how we can use it to influence our strategies for future dungeons. I think this is an incredible addition to the game. Well, that's a quick explanation on what's been added to the new update of the boss raids. Now I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching.